given by Anna Howard Shaw on women's right to vote. When I came into your hall tonight, I thought of the last time I was in your city. 21 years ago, I came here with Susan B. Anthony, and we came for exactly the same purpose as that for which we are here tonight. Boys have been born since that time and have become voters, and the women are still trying to persuade the men of America to believe in a fundamental principle of a democracy. And I never quite feel as if it was a fair field to argue this question with men, because in doing it, you have to assume that a man who professes to believe in a republic form of government does not believe in a republic form of government. For all that women's enfranchisement means at all is that a government who claims to be a republic should be a republic and not an aristocracy. Now, one of two things is true. Either a republic is a desirable form of government, or else it is not. If it is, then we should have it, and if it is not, then we ought not to pretend that we have it. We ought at least be true to our ideals, and the men of New York have, for the first time in their lives, the rare opportunity of making the state truly a part of the republic. If women's suffrage is wrong, it is a great wrong. If it is right, it is a profound and fundamental principle. And we all know, if we know what a republic is, that it is the fundamental principle upon which a republic must rise. Now, what is a republic? Take your dictionary, encyclopedia, lexicon, or anything else you like, and look up the definition. And you will find that a republic is a form of government in which the laws are enacted by the representatives elected by the people. You hear them declare over and over again on the 4th of July, "Under God the people rule." They know it is not true, but they say it with a great hurrah, and they repeat it over and over again, that clause from the Declaration of Independence. Governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed, and they see how they can prevent half of us from giving our consent to anything. And they give it to us on the 4th of July in 2 languages. So if it is not true in one, it will be in the other. Vox populi vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. And the orator forgets that in the people's voice, there's a soprano as well as a bass. We will never know what God's voice is when we are content to listen to a bass solo. Now, if it is true that the voice of the people is the voice of God, we will never know what the deity's voice in government is until the bass and soprano are mingled together, the result of which will be the divine harmony. And God said in the beginning, "It is not good for man to stand alone." That is why we are here tonight, and that is all that women's suffrage means. Just to repeat it again and again, that first declaration of the divine. It is not good for man to stand alone. And so the women of the state are asking that the word male shall be stricken out of the Constitution altogether, and that the Constitution stand as it ought to have stood in the beginning, as it must before this state is any part of a republic. Just as the home is not without the man, so the state is not without the woman. You can no more build up homes without men than you can build up states without women. We are needed everywhere where human problems are to be solved. Men and women must go through this world together, from the cradle to the grave. It is God's way and the fundamental principle of a Republican form of government.